gotten a lot of my attention lately, and it's really fun, and it's kind of getting good. But we really need to be working. I'll get you the partner switch after this one too. We really need to get someone around the same size so you can work with each other, and we're just going to be really careful. So we're doing our shin to shin entry to single leg, but I want to keep going on that angle right here. It's important that I'm stomping. If I start bringing my toes in, yes, I can lace, but he can just peel it off and he can sit and he can do all sorts of things. He can also counter foot lock me here. He can get like a baseball grip and he can, yep, that's it, elbow on top, and he puts his elbow, go the other way. So it's just through there, gable, yeah. And it's a really powerful, it's literally a straight foot lock.
Just silence.
Yeah, so there's a, bringing your toes in here, we're either super reaping quick and going, but I'd rather not leave it to that. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to go single X, we're going to extend him over, and we're just going to have him trapped here. We're going to expose his heel, and we're going to wrap it. Now the grip that we want to play with is we're going to do a wrist to wrist, and we're doing a butterfly. So I'm keeping his toes in my armpit, I'm going to hook it, and I'm going wrist to wrist, and I'm keeping it nice and tight. To get the finish, I'm going to point his toes up his butt. Really gentle. I don't really want anyone putting anything on in case there's a slip. I don't want any hip movement or anything, but I just want that grip there too. The second thing that we can do is we're going to get his toes in my bicep here. This is a really powerful one. And then I get my wrist to wrist, and it's already putting pressure. The cool thing about what we're doing with getting toes in the bicep and doing a butterfly grip is it's going to fold his foot in half before it starts acting on the knee. So you're going to get all sorts of breaks and pops and pain before you actually get the heel hook itself. The problem with heel hooks is you don't feel anything until it snaps, and they can just come on straight away. Right here, I guess with the basic 101, if I've got a heel hook on my left side arm and Garnet does any motion, once I've got the bite, this is called the bite, or just hooking the heel hook, if he does any motion back to his left, it's essentially putting it on himself. If he goes with my roll or the direction that I need to apply, then he's generally going to go with it and it'll be safe. So, just to set up what we're going to do with the roll and the heel hook, I'm going to go shin to shin, nice and gently. I'm going to stomp and extend, and I really want to clamp. I've got his knee line in. I'm going to get his toes in my armpit, and then I'm going to go a butterfly grip, and then I'm going to point the toes up his butt. There's a lot more that I can do with my hips and everything to actually attack the knee, but we're just going to start with getting that angle and making sure that I've got the arm that's hooking his heel is actually going to be doing a bicep curl here and on top. If I've got it the other way around, you can actually peel this grip off if he was really onto it, and it's going to be really hard for me to finish with one hand. I've got the bicep curl here and I've locked and he pulls on my hand. It actually locks the grip in there a lot tighter too. So again, play with it, see what suits you. People have got all sorts of different ways of finishing heel hooks, and that's just something we're playing with right now. Really solid pinching on that hip, squeezing. I really want this far foot hooking underneath. And we're doing like a top side single X heel hook. Cool? Any questions?
Would they be attacking that top leg? Or not really? They would be too focused on that?
Pre-bite, if he's still got his foot to the mat here, yeah, we're in that game of he's turning in, he'd be trying to push it to the outside. If he starts holding it in, it starts giving me too much reef, and then we start going where we need to. But he wants to keep his foot to the flat and his heel hidden to begin with. Here, he's safe to a certain extent. You know, as soon as I start pushing and exposing that heel, then I'm starting to get my bite. But then he's got other options.
His focus turns to escaping or attacking.
Exactly. My feet are just as vulnerable as his right now. I've just got to be more onto my attack and push and pressure. Cool? Any other questions?